Now, the African Union has not released any official statement since President Robert Mugabe was recalled by his party Zanu PF on Sunday night. But the AU has already said it's against any unconstitutional change of government. The AU now says it's up to the people of Zimbabwe to decide, as long as the next move is done peacefully and democratically. CGTN'S Girum Chala has more.
There is no official statement from the AU so far after President Robert Mugabe was sacked by his party Zanu PF on Sunday night. But the continental body said both the chairperson of the union, President Alpha Conde, and Commission Chair Musa Faki Mahamat are monitoring the unfoldings in Zimbabwe almost on an hourly basis. The Commission's authorities said they are taking the lead from the Southern Africa regional grouping SADC to plan the way forward. But in principle, the African Union supports a change of government in Zimbabwe so long as it is done under the rule of law and based on the constitution of the land. As enshrined in the declarations and principles of the Union, if a popular demand leads to change of government in Zimbabwe, the African Union supports the will of the people. The officials told me if President Mugabe willingly steps down, the AU will welcome the move. And similarly, if the party Zanu PF decides to impeach the president through the parliament after they recalled him on Sunday night, as seen in South Africa, for example, while President Thabo Mbeki was in power, the AU will have no problem but accept that move too. However, other than the democratic and people's interest-based change, the African Union has reiterated it will still neither support nor approve any unconstitutional change of government in Zimbabwe. It's also ready to sanction the country if any unlawful move is made by the military. We've heard the continental bodies working with SADC to avoid any chaos caused by the ongoing political turmoil in the country. Girum Chala, CGTN at the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa.
Now, all eyes are on Zimbabwe as the country and indeed the region try to figure out what will happen next. To help us understand this matter in depth, I am joined live from Johannesburg by Dewa Mavinga. He is the Southern African Regional Director of Human Rights Watch. Dewa, the region is keenly watching events in Zimbabwe. What role can it play to get Zimbabwe back to normal?
What now needs to be done is for those in Zimbabwe, President Mugabe and the generals, to agree on a constitutional framework to move forward. And a reality check here is that it appears President Mugabe has no intention of stepping down, although there have been indications that he might step down. So it looks like he might insist on finishing his term of office, and the Southern African Development Community, SADC, he has said it would not support a military or unconstitutional change of government. So this is why there is this difficulty now in Zimbabwe to say the military cannot force Mugabe now to step down not on his terms. And the preferred candidate to come on board is outside government at the moment. So it means that there will be a long winded process. It won't be anytime soon. It won't be immediate given that there are these difficulties and there is a standoff between President Mugabe and the military.
Why do you think the veteran leader is still clinging on to power? He still believes he could still go on despite the political tide turning against him.
Well, President Mugabe has survived for so long, for 37 years as leader in Zimbabwe, because he is also a tactician and he is a stickler for the law, for frameworks. So, for example, the so-called Zanu PF Central Committee that dismissed him from the party, he would argue that it was unconstitutional, it was not properly constituted, because he would have convened it as the president of the party, but he was not there. So he has a number of arguments to put forward to argue why it is not possible for him to respect the outcomes of a Central Committee meeting of Zanu PF, which was convened while he was under house arrest effectively. So now what is going to happen is that there are some in Zanu PF who have said they do not need the opposition to remove Mugabe, hoping that he would resign. Now that he has not resigned, it means that the impeachment route in Parliament might be difficult because Zanu PF would not have the numbers, the 2/3 majority of total membership of both houses of Parliament to remove Mugabe constitutionally. So it's a catch-22 situation where now they have to, the generals have to depend and to work with Mugabe on his terms as he, secures his interests, those of his family, safe passage and other things, but his departure may not be soon.
Dewa Mavinga joining us live in Johannesburg. Thank you.